Hello everybody and welcome. I am the Beta Plan and this is Europa Universalis 4, where we are trying to form the nation of Russia via the way of Ryazan. And as you can see from the screen, one of our rivals is in a bit of trouble. Sweden is being completely sieged by Denmark, another rival of ours. But in fact we have eclipsed them due to this, giving us some nice power projection and opportunity. Because if I would attack Denmark over here, Muscovy is willing to come in. That would be very good to lower the manpower that Muscovy has, because we do of course have that free rivalry slot over here, in which we can add Muscovy. They will break the alliance, I won't be an alliance breaker, and voila, the big betrayal that I've always been hinting about in this series will occur. That is going to be the interesting thing. So we're just gonna take we're gonna declare war on Denmark for I don't really want this. What I also want to do, by the way, is I want to attack Lithuania, because we do have claims on these two provinces, and that territory, well, actually that's not a territory, it's a state, so that's why I want those two. And there is Estonia and Lithuania who also have claims over there, but I do want to take those two little counties from Lithuania and consider them, making them a vassal, but currently they hate my guts. But for one of the things is they want a lot of our provinces, so if we let them revoke their calls on provinces that are, well, were once theirs, that might go away, which would be excellent for us. Because if we can get them as a vassal, we have the ability to tell Denmark to give land back to Lithuania. And last time we warred them, we know that we've made them so small that we could vassalize them. Now they have had some internal problems, as we can see here from the noble rebels sieging them down, as well as they had external issues. So I'm not in, because Denmark of course took land from Lithuania after we smashed our heads in. So we can both give them some of that land back by attacking Denmark, and probably still have them small enough to vassalize. And this war, yes, I know I'm in a war also with Portugal and England for their liberation of England, but there's still Hungary to go through if they want to even reach my territories. And it is also about the liberation of England's independence, which means that the war goal is London. Once again, Austria and I don't have a fleet, so I was already thinking that was always doomed to fail. Oh, hello, revolt. So there was no way that we were going to win that war, in my opinion. And I don't think they're going to want 100 war score in order to get their freedom. So that should just make it so that I don't think my lands will be touched while getting a lot of favors from Austria for being in this war. Though I do think the amount of favors that you get is relative to the amount of war score participation. And considering I have done zilch, just telling virtually like, we're behind you, oh, and not doing anything, we're not gonna get a lot of favors, but we're gonna get some favors. Actually, I'm not even sure if you get favors if you lose a war, only if you win a war, I'm not sure. This is completely and utterly useless, actually, because we don't use mercenaries, we don't blockade, but we also really don't enforce religion. So anything that I pick here is basically useless. So let's just take blockade port. Maybe we're gonna get shipped one day, and we can have that boost for one particular siege one day. 10 prestige and a claim on Wisna, which lies in the borders of Bohemia. Okay, I guess. Hey, Portugal are moving a little bit up, but still I'm not worried. I'm more focused on this war with Lithuania, because it would be excellent if we could vassalize them, get the lands that we want, and then give land. Oh, why the noble rebels all of a sudden attacking me? Normally they only move within the land, but I guess they don't want to attack the forces from Lithuania, because that has a general and I don't, and then they see this as an opportunity. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, they are noble rebels, right? They're still Lithuanian noble rebels. I wouldn't be surprised that if they hate Lithuania for having failed to defend against us, that they still won't like me, Ryazan. So, you know what, of all the things that I had to fight, let's just see that as the war. Wait a second. So this is the occupation of... Yeah, that's something different. Portugal will be forced to give Austria 10% of their income. What the heck? Why is Austria, Portugal out? I guess this little six-stack did some stuff of sieging? I don't know, but okay, that's Portugal out. And they're in Hungary. So that means less forces. But that also means actually the war score went up. Because apparently we had some war score from sieging down Portugal. That I guess here that's minus 45% for England. And there is also low war fervor. I think that this war is done minus 48. While we siege down a little bit here more. And yeah, I'm letting Muscovy... Oh, there it is. Independence to England. Yeah, ducats. To proceed. No mentioning of favor, so I guess we don't get them. No, well. It was a doomed war and I didn't want to lose the alliance, so whatever. And they are now independent and allied with Portugal. Sure. But yeah, letting Muscovy do the heavy lifting for the war against Denmark. And this is far, far from being able to embrace. England also, or Great Britain I should say, announces his arrival. Lovely. Everybody hates on Ryazan, I guess. Well, that shouldn't be too much of a problem. There is Lithuanian forces. I mean, I'm way ahead of them in sieging. But I am going to unite these forces because we all know the AI luck. They'll siege you down at 20% chance or something like that. And you have to wait until you hit over 55 at times. It's probably not that way. I mean, I can actually remember. I once had a 7% and it succeeded. And I told myself, you've got to remember this moment. It was off camera, by the way. You got to remember this moment because this is where where the dice rolled in your favor. Which normally never seems to happen, so remember this. It's a bit like XCOM, right? 90% chance always misses, everybody says. At a certain point, I kind of didn't feel as annoyed by that. Because I could see myself hitting things that were also low chance, and I was fine with it. Doesn't mean that it's really, really annoying if that is going to be your kill shot, like 90% security, and you miss it. But anyways, let's look at the deal here. We want to revoke a lot of cores so that they don't have this minus 100 and something penalty for wanting their old land back. But in the meantime, as I know this is going to be a very, very long peace deal, and I don't know exactly what to respond while I am trying to find out the perfect peace deal to get them to revoke cores, but also gain what I want out of this deal. I'm going to tell you that this is an after-action report. Maybe one day you will come very much later. Maybe you didn't see the post that I placed earlier in this week. But I apparently messed up my microphone settings. I now have a Blue Yeti Nano that it was just recently arrived. And I bought that one so you guys could have some better mic quality. And then I recorded and it sounded like I was... Not like a tank, not like I had a lot of revibration of sound. But my sound was constantly... Basically, my voice was too loud, and thus it got all malformed, and it sounded atrocious. So in the end, I decided, you know what? I'm gonna make a new recording for, a voice recording for all these recordings, so that you have something nice to listen to, something proper like. I mean, I know I'm a very small channel and all, but and heck, I'm actually, thanks to the new YouTube algorithms, I'm actually becoming smaller because there is less exposure, and at a certain point people leave, which, you know, I can actually understand in the sense that if you like a certain series, you watch it, and that's good, but all the other work I do you don't like, hey, there's no need for you to stick around forever. That's the beauty of YouTube, right? You have all the freedom to go wherever you want. But yeah, I am recording this in the meantime, and now that we are in the, I know, somewhat of the final attempt at this peace deal, this is me trying to not have it too border gory as I try to take the 2 states that I want. Because, well, actually those 2 pieces of land, let's call them those, that I have in a state that I have, not in a territory. While also making sure that we make Lithuania small enough that they can be vassalized. I mean, it's now 63%, and even if we give them some land from Denmark, they should be small enough to vassalize later on. And while also still being able to get some titles revoked, or calls revoked, titles revoked. This is not Crusader Kings 3 beta plan, this is Europa Universalis 4. Having said those 2 names, are you as excited as I am for Victoria 3? I mean, when I came into Paradox, it was in Crusader Kings 2, and I think about the 3rd DLC or something, and then I really started to get into Paradox games a lot. And I never ever played Vicky. I have Hearts of Iron 4 when that came out new. I tried that. Wasn't exactly the way I like. I don't really like how the battle plans work in there. But yeah, look at that. That's where the cores are. There's still a few weird cores, but in general, it looks a lot more proper like. Like there's a south ridge going down. But yeah, I do want to vassalize them in order to grab that land that is Livonian or Estonian that Lithuania has claims on. But yeah, never played Vicky 2. I've heard a lot of good things about Vicky 2. Its music. Okay, now Transonia has been fine. Oh, 36 troops. Okay, that is indeed quite large. But yeah, I heard good things about the music. I've seen people play it. The economic system, everybody leaves automatic because nobody knows how it works, so to speak. It's not entirely true, but it's very complicated. And on top of that, it is just a little... I don't know, you have to know that, for instance, you need harbors in order to colonize regions. I'm just hoping for a slightly improved... How shall I put that? Without, by accident, saying something bad about a company that I really, really love. I just hope that the new games will be a little bit more intuitive. I think that is the word I'm looking for. As we continue on with our war with Denmark. Let me see here. Denmark is in it, and a few small allies we should consider if we want to do something about that. But I'd rather have... Hello? Okay, I think that is my target. Attach to me and let's go. Because I don't want to go all the way into Danish territories, which... They took some lands from Sweden here, holy heck. I want to let Muscovy deal with that. Hey, Muscovy actually has 13 troops down there. If only they would move them. But you can also see some Muscovy troops going south, which I assume is to the small states that are in the HRE, that are allied to Denmark. But yeah, in the meantime, I should really try and take down... Come on, attach you. Why are these guys not attaching? I mean, there are guys attaching to the Northern Army. Except that they are just suddenly walking away now, which... That's exactly what the general that I wanted to look at. Oh, no, Denmark. I'm going to go to Below 0. I have reset your thing there. Oh, I have to attack now, because otherwise they might go away. I don't want this to be a forever chase. Oh, why am I taking a river crossing penalty? What? There's no river between these two. There's a river over there at Vologda. What? A river flows between... Oh, hold on. Maybe this is not a river crossing penalty. Is this a terrain penalty? I guess so. Oops. Sorry. But nonetheless, it doesn't matter. We win. There's too many ducats. I can't do that. We win. Beaten Danish army. Perfect, I say. Now, I don't need a 100% war score. I don't need to trounce Denmark into the ground. I just need them a little weakened. Hey, there is Wolfgust, I think, which is an ally of theirs. Near Muscovite troops, who are apparently returning northbound. Okay. I think Wolfgust, why are you dealing with your rebels? See that yellow guy next to Muscovy? No, not Prussia, but who, by the way, has claims on territory that we do want to give back to. This is a Teutonic Order. Oh, well, hold on. But yeah, Wolfgas is completely seized by rebels, but they're also up in Danish-Swedish territory. I really think that sometimes here go Koort, Sluk, and Turov. But yeah, sometimes I have the feeling they are just way too focused on a player is at war? We must attack the player. I don't know why, man, but that's probably, once again, you focusing here, there it is. Yeah, you were way too eager. 150 doctor kits plus reparations. Thank you very much. Yes, sure, I'll do that. You deal with your rebels. But yeah. Let's see if we can get into here, because normally you can go to Özel, which is how... Oh, the tells of the Evangelical Union. It's gonna happen. The precursor to the 30 Years' War. It's gonna be interesting. But, let's see here. Oh. Oh, that is the Legion. Apparently I didn't hold that up open that very much. That's the problem of an after-action report. I can't really remember everything I did. So sometimes that happens when I started to talk about a subject and previous me thought like, that's not interesting. Kazan is dead. Can we already get a peace deal that we want before Kazan loses all its troops? Lithuania releases 37%. He's not willing to do that. Not by a long shot. Alright, Yeah, and Özel, the island to the left of Revel, over there, you normally can never get that. Because the Danes have a lot, and I mean a lot of ships. So you can't really just get into there. Well, that's just annoying. Dude, why don't you say minus 100%? Because minus 25% is also completely blocks everything. And it's good that we just got Turov and Sluk, so that we can convert those, but that's just annoying. Minus 25% is just as blocking as minus 100%, because it just means you can't do this. Did I core them? No, here, state. That's what I have to do. I thought I would already state them, but I haven't. But we should make that a state now that we can have the other areas. There we go. No, still colonial core. Hold on, game probably needs to realize. Let me skip to the end of the month. There we go, 21 months. Now it no longer sees it as a colonial core. There we go. That makes it a lot easier to convert. And we should also state this, because most of this is Belarusian. One thing is Polish, but there we go. All of our territories, basically all of our territories. I know we have one to the far east that are truly states, not territories. But yeah, that's one diplomatic relationship. It's nice, but sometimes global trade power, monthly autonomy change might be nice for where we're now. Yeah, let's do that one. I can even see myself in the past going, the raiders going there. But yeah, you can't really cross these islands either into Özel or across the islands here to the west of Finland, because the Danish fleet just blocks your movement. The Sea of Åland. Åland is the island indeed. Or at least that's how I pronounce it, once again. Pronunciations being there. You are hostile to me. Because I am oh, you're at war. I was also considering, possibly, if we get a diplomatic relationship extra, to vassalize Poland. There is still a lot of Polish territory that currently is... well, Poland is a nice nation at the moment in size for vassalization. I'm sure we can do it. And then we can declare war on Bohemia, for instance, grab some Polish territory. Hey, Utrecht is here. I'm certain that might be for some people go like, hey, that's not how you pronounce that nation, Utrecht. But I can tell you, I'm Dutch. That's actually how you should pronounce it, Utrecht. It's very Dutch. The Dutch language. I sometimes tell people when they want to know something about the Dutch language, like, what is it like, if you can describe it in a few words. It sounds like you're always angry. Sounds are very, very much pronounced. K, T is all very profound in its pronunciation. Also the G, for instance. Goeiedag. Kleding, which is with a K, which is clothes. It all sounds pretty. It's pretty pronounced how you pronounce things, and the weird thing about the Dutch language, although grammar-wise we don't have like female or male words, not really. What is a bit weird about the Dutch language is that the pronoun, like, is, you just have to know, you have to have learned which pronoun is around in front of a noun. Maybe I'm not using pronoun in the right way, but like in French, it's you have le and la for female and male. In Dutch, you have de and het, or een. And because they're neither male or female, it really is like, oh, there's a big Danish army. Maybe we want to peace out? No. We are sieging them quite a bit. But maybe it's time to peace out. Hold on. They don't want to do that. But maybe we can do something else? Because I'm also willing to... Hold on. Clear offer. Just make Lithuania a little bigger again. This and this to Lithuania. They're willing to do that. And I don't know if I want to give something back to Sweden. I mean, I want to weaken Denmark. That's true. Can't even give the capital back. Besides, well, can't even. That's 20% war score. That's quite a bit. Maybe weaken them in a different way? Nope. No, all not willing. Money. Maybe war operations, because war operations at least doesn't go to Muscovy. No, I was just checking to make sure that if I give a little bit less to Lithuania, they would do it, but I guess I'm just gonna go for less money. 129, sure. Make Lithuania a tiny bit bigger, and we can always give them more terrain in the next war with Denmark. While we, on the other hand, you know, if I ever want to... Hey, can we catch those two? Boom! There you go. That's two down. That's a battle that's going to take place. If that battle is going to take place, they're never going to take peace. So let's just see if this fight will happen. Annoyingly, Muscovy still has those 13 troops there that are not moving. Hey! They took a crossing penalty or into terrain penalty and we beat them. Well, I ain't in Denmark. That means that we can demand a lot more from you. And that means that you will lose more manpower. You should have taken a peace while you could. But yeah, going back to that little Dutch language lesson there, there's also the weird thing that if two syllables stand next to one another, they might produce a different sound. If, for instance, an A and a U follow after one another, it becomes ow. That's not very common in other languages, and that is what makes Dutch difficult, along with the de and het that has no... This is not either female or male, thus you just have to know if it's whether it's de boom, the tree, or het cafeetje, the pub. Well, the small pub, because I said ch behind it. That means it's swole. What a tangent did I go off on, huh? While waging war. I guess doing an after-action report just leaves me room to do other silly things. There we go, 64%. Finally hit that one. The other one over here is 28% in that Muscovy is doing. And seeing I am not in danger of being threatened by a battle, I guess we can just go and split up a little bit and get some more. Just send the cannons over there. While sieging down the other provinces a little bit more. Stockholm is big in this one. I think in CK3 that's like two territories at least, maybe 3 even. Oh, Utrecht is down out and around here. Get a romp. Yeah, maybe we need a fort in Brest or something. That might be good. But they're just doing they're sieging down counties without a fort, so it doesn't really provide a lot of war score. Let's just see what we can already obtain. Livonia out. Nope, still not willing to do that, but pretty close, pretty close. I'm not saying I want Livonia out, but what the heck? My 6 cannons initiated a fight with a army of Denmark that was white flagged. What the heck happened there? That's confusing. Kazans, sure, whatever. Get down here and beat these guys up. Because you're not going to be able to handle it. See, Denmark all of a sudden went from low enthusiasm to high enthusiasm. We just won that battle, but just barely. We took way more losses there. What a weird... Somebody look back to me in that video and tell me what the heck happened. Because the army of Denmark was marching there without it being a problem. My cannons come in there and whoop. Oh, great. Rebels. I don't know if anyone else has that. Do you have that? Another thing for you to tell me in the comments. Do you have that when you're waging a war? Enemy rebels all of a sudden besiege territory that you have fought so hard for. Hungary's opinion of Ryazan. I don't really care about Hungary. Bye. Hungary is after all vassal of Austria, and Austria loves me. 71%. There we go. If we siege that down, I think that's the maximum war score that we're gonna get. About because I'm not gonna deal with Revel as well. Let's just see. Okay, so Livonia would be even out, but no. Money. That's a pretty good thing. War reparations. Well, cool. Give land back to Lithuania as well. Nice. All of this. Because then we can possibly embrace the institution. I mean, we're only going to get 529 ducats of the 810, but still, that's pretty good. And I could empower Sweden, but... what else could we do? I mean, I could get Livonia out. That's more loss on their side. But that's so much less money. And Livonia, of course, although they will be thankful, they won't be immediately a vassal. So I think I'm going to do it the other way. Just give land back to Lithuania, take a bunch of money, get some more reparations, and possibly leave it be so that our next war is going to be that much faster. Because I also don't want to empower Sweden too much, because they have lands of Novgorod. Don't really, and rivalry, I mean, I would love to humiliate, but that's of course way too much. So let's just end it here. Voila, Denmark done. Ending it. And empowering Lithuania. They might actually attack the Teutonic Orders from Memel. The Teutonic Orders? The Teutonic Order, who is still in Memel, because they have claims on that piece of land. I wouldn't mind seeing Lithuania. Actually, that might make... no, that won't make them too big. I mean, there were 64%? I doubt that they will be big enough not to vassalize. So, there is Muscovy. This is gonna be the big betrayal. Let's, before we do that, position our armies in the right locations. And we can embrace the institution. Boom. Now, when you do this, always keep the game on pause, because as you can see, all of a sudden I had way too many points in certain categories, and in order to prevent those from just being removed from you, take the technology immediately. So now we're at the level 1110. That feels a lot better than we were before. That's still pike infantry. That is improved, and that is also improved. By the way, does anyone ever take the Culverin? I don't know why I clicked on it. I always take the Badero. Because at least they have 2 pips in 2 different categories and not 2, 1, 1. And that feels to me to be so distributed in such a way that they're bad in 2 categories still, and not even like the Bonero feels at least that's for an early cannon decent in 2 categories and just crap on 1 instead of dividing it over in such a way. But anyways, I will go for the Bonero. Let me know for someone that has a little bit more knowledge on EU4 than me, and that actually knows spreadsheets and that's going to say, yo, dude, Tanzania, I don't really... No, we're not going to do it. We're going to go for Muscovy. We don't have claims here. That's the one I want to go for. Let's just do that. But first, let's get the armies home. We have become a great power once again. We flip back and forth. Religious League membership. Muscovy joins the Protestant side. Hold on, what's else on Protestant? Muscovy, right? I see France in there. I see Portugal in there. Because we know we're going to join the Catholic side without joining the Catholic side. I am an ally to Austria. Austria is always the leader of the Catholic League. Unless the player does something, at least. I've almost never seen Austria not being the leader, because they tend to be the emperor as a Catholic nation. So we're going to be pulled into that. So actually, we're basically already going to go to war with Muscovy. Hey, you actually like me. You wouldn't even take an alliance with me. But you would not vassalize, because I have a core. 1 core. Pskov. Which we on purposely have, because if otherwise Muscovy runs them over, or Sweden, that was the way for us to... Oh, that was very loud. I snapped my fingers. But, yeah, to... A call to arms. The nation of Muscovy, your faithful allies requesting that you... Oh, they're destroying Novgorod. Now, we should accept probably, but I'm going to take a little think about that and siege down a lot of Novgorod to make sure that we can do it. Or we should decline now and destroy the alliance right now. 25 prestige loans is not a problem versus 60. We'll have a little debate about this. But in the meantime, I say thank you for watching, and remember, great peril yields great beauty.